He is the insider of insiders. He works nonstop. He is the master of social media. He is also a world traveler, or maybe only domestic this year. I'm not sure. Ian Rapoport, how the hell are you?
World travel. We went to Mexico.
Okay.
I'm good, man.
Where'd you
How are
go?
you? Good to hear from you.
Likewise.
What's
Did
that?
you do like Pool Hole and everything, all the good ones in Mexico City?
We did not do Mexico City. We did Mayacoba, which was amazing. We went to the cenotes. We drank a lot of tequila and mezcal. It was everything you would hope for, just to be totally honest. We had a great time. And now it's, it's football season. That all seems like a very, very far away memory.
No, I get it. I did Japan and France, and I did Israel for a few minutes. What was the best meal you had in the off season?
Ooh, the best meal I had in the off season. Let's see. I would say we went to Daniel Boulud's Steakhouse in New York City.
Nice.
And I got the prime rib trolley. And then I got to go in the kitchen and hang out with him for probably like a half hour and talk food and inspiration. And they let me flip some steaks. And that was about as cool as it gets. So I was pretty psyched about that.
Yeah, that is cool. And now it's all over, and now we talk about football.
Now it's all over.
I mean, that's a first world problem. All right, let's talk about the Cowboys' first world problems. Micah's probably going to play this week for the Packers, which sounds odd to say. David Mulugeta was on ESPN this morning. He tried to unpack their side of it. He's Micah's agent, obviously, agent to the stars. And then you have the ESPN article, which suggests that after Micah and Jerry did have their one-on-one conversation months ago, that Micah called Steven and asked for more money, and the article alleges that they added more money. Obviously, look, here's where we sit now. From how you understand it all went down, where was the true disconnect?
I mean, that was the disconnect because, David Mulugeta is as good an agent as it gets in the NFL. He's one of the best, if not the best. I've known him for 13 years. He would never have his client negotiate a contract without being there. As Mulugeta said today, Micah is a 25-year-old superstar linebacker, defensive lineman, whatever he is. He is not a lawyer and he is not an agent. And I think the disconnect came with Micah feeling like, did he engage in conversations that he thought were theoretical? Yeah. But to think that he was negotiating his contract was, something that he felt like the Cowboys tried to take advantage of him. And, agreeing to terms with a player who was not ready to negotiate, who didn't know the market, who didn't know the numbers, who didn't know the timing, who didn't know the nuances of a contract, why 4 years is better than 5 years. I mean, all those things,
Sure.
It left Micah Parsons feeling like the Cowboys tried to pull one over on him. And that was hard to come back from. That was really hard to come back from. And in the end, they never came back from there. I mean, Jerry Jones felt like the negotiations were finished. Micah Parsons felt like the negotiations were just getting started, and they could never bridge that gap.
All right, let's get to what you reported, which is that Micah does have a legit back injury, even though Schottenheimer last week said that he's medically cleared to play, at least in the Cowboys' eyes, not that their eyes matter right now. You said, Ian, that he might need an epidural, and that Dr. Watkins, who does everyone's neck and back here in LA, also my former doctor, who once told me I needed an epidural, and I got that epidural, and it hurt like you know what. But you're saying that he may need that to play. Did the Packers know that?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I can tell, the Packers knew everything. Remember, the timing of it, he went to go see Dr. Watkins one day before the trade. I would say in any other situation, this would be called back soreness. And I think he's going to be fine, back tightness, whatever it is. Just, sometimes it's important to get the specifics out there.
All right, talking to Ian Rapoport here from NFL Network. Last year, we had the Dak Prescott contract announced on Sunday morning before the Cowboys played the Browns in Cleveland. That was as late a deal as I think we could all remember getting done. Forget about the Cowboys nor the Packers. Are we sitting on any other of those deals? Like, could there be, we're sitting here talking on Tuesday night, some kind of mega deal, Aidan Hutchinson maybe, or anybody between now and kickoff?
Tyler Smith and Aidan Hutchinson would probably be the two to keep an eye on there. Two top of the market players. I mean, Aidan probably would have been top of the market if not for Micah. I don't think he's going to eclipse Micah now, but does he get to 43, 44, maybe. He certainly deserves it. He is a great player. And so that's sort of, those two and Tyler Smith, an all-pro guard who would, almost certainly be top of the guard mark. I mean, those are two to keep an eye on. The Cowboys may beat the buzzer again. They may do a deal Wednesday or Thursday for Tyler Smith. Certainly that's something that, we're going to be keeping our eyes on. But I think those are probably the guys to watch.
There's only one unsigned draft pick that doesn't have a deal. That's Quinshon Judkins. Mary Kay Cabot dropped something over the weekend that suggested he might be here this week. It's Tuesday night, and nobody sees him. Hey, what's going on there, man?
Yeah, I mean, if that is the case, and Mary Kay has done this for a long time and is a Hall of Famer and excellent, she knows more than I do. As far as I have heard, I have not sensed momentum there. I mean, the last I had heard, unless the offers change, I don't know that Quinshon Judkins does a deal until and unless the NFL basically weighs in on what it feels about his allegations of domestic violence before the season, during the off season. I think if there was a resolution there, they'd probably be able to do a deal. I just, I haven't sensed it. Maybe it's possible. I just have not sensed it.
What is the one storyline that isn't getting enough attention? As we sit here getting ready for Philly, getting ready for Brazil, a full schedule week 1, and we've exhausted every single offseason topic. Is there something we're overlooking ahead of week 1?
Matthew Stafford's back injury is probably, even though we've touched it on TV, we've talked about it, but that's a team that defense might be, I don't know if they'll be the best, but they'll be in the conversation. Stafford's a Hall of Fame caliber quarterback who has won a Super Bowl. If his back holds up, they're going to be really good. If it doesn't, it's going to be a challenge. I think that's probably one of them. How some of the new quarterbacks exist with their new team. I mean, the Vikings went to the playoffs last year and have J.J. McCarthy, who no one's ever seen. How he holds up. How good is he? I mean, that's a huge storyline for me as well. I think those are a couple of the storylines that, certainly bear watching.
And finally, as somebody that used to cover Bill Belichick every day, your thoughts on last night?
That was terrible.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know what we all expected, though. I mean, he is the greatest coach of all time, and I don't think anything's going to change that. But he's basically building a program from scratch. So it takes a little bit, I think we all want to wave a wand and have it go. But even Bill Belichick needs some time. I hope he's, obviously older. I hope he gets time though. Because I like Bill. I'd like to see him succeed. I'd like to see UNC succeed in what certainly is a good place for football. I just don't know that the world was ready for it taking more than a game or two, honestly.
Yeah, and I think the other thing too is that the world was ready, and I always remind people on Twitter, when I talk to college kids or journalism school classes, whatever, snark is not analysis. And last night, everybody was ready to pounce. The dancing on the man's grave last night it was a little bit over the top. I kind of backed away from the keyboard and went, guys, whatever. I know this is getting out of hand, and this team clearly didn't want to tackle in the second half.
Yeah, in-game tweets are generally really bad, just almost without exception. I think that was a good reason not to be tweeting during games.
I totally agree. But you should be tweeting during the Insiders at 7 o'clock Eastern time every day, Monday through Friday on NFL Network with Mike Garafolo and the shirt jacket loving Tom Pelissero, 7 p.m. Eastern time every day on NFL Network, and game day morning coming up on Sunday as well. Thanks for being carpool dad and doing this as well. Good to talk to you. Have a great year, my friend.
No problem, man. Great to talk to you as well.